I pulled a dad, man. I was muted. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Um, First off, before I do anything else and I forget, I'm going to go over to my YouTube channel and I'm going to like myself and I'm going to retweet it out so that everyone knows that we are live or I am live. It's the royal we, isn't it not? And I also have a poll, and I'm going to go ahead and start that poll because I'll forget. And it's how do you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up when the alarm goes off? Do you hit the snooze button, a natural body clock, or what? What do you mean have to wake up at a certain time? You just get up whenever you want to. So that's my poll, and yes, and thank you very much, Masters. I got my 103 subs here, and I have my 60 subs on Twitch. I am working on my viewing hours now, so if everybody who has a Twitch wants to flip over there and watch over there, that'd be wonderful. I upped my hours a little bit yesterday, so slowly but surely we will get there. Um, and yes, and thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. I am going to be a little ditzy this morning because Dadman had his 500 stream celebration last night, and we didn't get done till after 2 o'clock in the morning, and so I'm a little tired, but that's okay. I'm happy today. I'm happy today. And let's see, we have Dadman here. Morning all. Congrats, Mrs. And thanks for your help last night. You are welcome. And I will have a great stream. Um, and we have Squeaka. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday. Yes. And I'm actually going to mute myself. Well, actually, no. I'm going to text my youngest and tell them to wake up long enough to put me on um, Twitch. So I'm going to mute myself because I'm actually probably going to call and probably be a better chance of him waking up. Let me dial and see if he wakes up first. Let's see, who is this child? Where are they? I put nicknames in my phone for everybody, and my youngest nickname in the phone is my beloved youngest, and my oldest is my beloved oldest. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Hey, Corey, how are you today? Thank you for allowing me to call my youngest to ask them to watch me on Twitch. So, like I said, if you have a Twitch account, flip over there. It'll help me with my hours. Um, I'd appreciate that a lot. Well, last night was Dad Man's 500 sub celebration, and it was a blast. We had a good time. Oh my gosh, the amount of people that showed up, wow. A little overwhelming, I bet, from his end. But I'm proud of him. I'm proud of what he did. And and I've got my goal. If you haven't seen, it's on my little thing. 103 YouTube subs and 60 Twitch followers. I was a day late, but I did it. I did it. And so thank all of you for liking and following and subscribing and everything else. And I thank you guys for going over to Twitch to help me out on that end of the uh, the next thing I have to do. My final thing I have to do on Twitch to get monetized. And so thank you guys very, very much for that. I have a poll on the YouTube side of the channel, and it is there's three things. How do you wake up in the morning? When the alarm goes off, after hitting the snooze button, natural body clock, which means if you have to get up at 7, your body naturally wakes up at 6 or 5:30, whatever you want to, or whenever you want. That means you don't have to get up in the morning. Um, so, and I would have been a little more specific, but they only give you so many characters to write everything in. So, yes, but that's our poll. And so far, we have one after hitting the snooze button and two for natural body clock. Very interesting. Very interesting. Um, so, we have that. Uh, I am humbled and in awe uh, that in a month I have 100 subs. I'm I am just as a I think an English term is I'm gobsmacked. I am just so humbled that the support that I get and the core people that come to my morning show. I thank you guys so much. It's hard to do it. I can ramble to myself, and if nobody's in the chat, I can do that. But it is so much nicer to be able to talk to you guys and to have you guys respond and um, just converse with you. I just love it and I appreciate it, you guys, so much. Um, I'm tired and I don't have I usually try to have something to talk about in the morning, a little bit to kind of get the show moving and any stragglers that are grabbing their coffee and coming to listen to give them a little chance to get here. But I tell you this morning, I really I really don't have nothing. Um I could talk about that if anybody was at that motorcycle build that I did, that it fell apart again. And so I am now dismantling it and it's just becoming Lego building block parts. So a little sad, but I tried. I tried with that thing. And oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare to put together. It took me 9 hours on stream plus 2 hours not on stream. And then yesterday, I spent another hour trying to fix it. And I finally said, yeah, no, um, it's going bye bye. So I thought about, well, you know what I thought about doing, Corey? I thought about taking it with it all crashed up and mangled and just kind of putting it on the shelf and calling it motorcycle accident or something because it was that build was a wreck, literally a wreck. So, but I had fun doing it to a point, I will say. Um, but I gave up on it. Sometimes you have to do that. For your mental health, you have to say, this isn't working. I am just gonna um, I'm just gonna stop. And that's okay. We don't have to, you know, we don't have to just keep dealing with something that, that's given, especially a building block. I mean, there's some things you need to stick to, but this was just a toy. And to cause the stress and the foolishness it that it caused, it wasn't worth it. I am getting a lot more satisfaction dismantling it and sorting the pieces than I did putting it together. So sometimes it's okay to give up for the sake of your mental health. So yes, let's see. We have Angelo here. Thank you for the being on Twitch. I appreciate that. We have uh, Rolos over there with his Slimers. Slimer Dadman is on Twitch. Thank you, thank you. And Ice Raven is over there. Hello, hello. And we yeah. Oh, mom's. I need to make a mug. Oh, that would be so fun. I might have to start thinking that whenever I if I when and if I ever decide to do any merch, make a mug. That would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. I have I think you're talking about the bike and taking it apart. Um yeah, I have a what they're sold for is to put when you do embroidery work, you have the skeins of the yarn, and they have these little things that you can wrap them up in so that they're won't get knotted up, and you put them in these little containers. But they're perfect for Legos, for sorting some of the little Legos. And so I have three of these containers that I put my mini building blocks in. So if I ever need a piece somewhere or we want to mess with them, I have them. And it's also I'm very OCD with stuff like that, and I find it very soothing to sort and to do that. It's very calming for me. So sort away. I love sorting away. I know some people love the chaos of having them all just in a bucket, and when they need a piece, hunting through and looking and everything, and that would drive me insane. My brain needs them separated, and if I have enough of something, I even separate them by color, but I don't have enough to do that. So yes, that's how my brain works. And okay, so now we're pretty good. So we've kind of given people a chance to come in here to visit the show. So I'm going to go ahead and start. It is 13 minutes past the hour. It is 9:13 in my neck of the woods, which is the east coast of the United States. And I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you're at. Um, I thank you all for taking time out of your day to share with me, and I appreciate that very much. And so now we are going to do birthdays, and I love doing the birthdays. I was telling someone I I don't always do. I don't remember a lot of stuff. It's just not the way my brain works. It's like once I'm done with it, it just it goes into what is it like in the computer? It goes into the recycle bin. It's still there because I haven't totally deleted it yet, but it's just out of the mainframe, so to speak. But I tell you, doing these birthdays and these celebrations, I have found that on other shows and talking to other people, they're popping up in my head arbitrarily, and it's kind of neat to be able to go, oh yes, a couple days ago it was so and so's birthday, if they're talking about them or something like that. And I've never been able to do a lot of trivia stuff like that. So this is helping me my brain. So this is good for my brain too. I'm remembering people and things like that, and that's really really cool. So we are going to start our birthdays, and our birthdays today for the 6th of December, which is a Wednesday. Our first birthday is Satori. Oh, I said it right last night. Satoru Iwata. Oh, and I just messed it up today. Satoru Iwata. He was born in 1959 and he died July 11th, 2015, at 55 years old. So who is this person? I will tell you. He is or was a Japanese video game programmer, video game designer, producer, and a businessman. And this keynote from his keynote speech in the game Developers Conference kind of wraps up who he is. Um, in a nutshell, he said at the conference, he did the keynote speech. He said, "On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I am a gamer." That I could just stop right there, and that sums up who he is. But he is, as Rolo said, he is Nintendo God. Having read all that he did without, I think if he was not president when he was president, Nintendo wouldn't exist today. I really, the stuff that he did, I really, really feel that way. Um, he was known throughout his life for unconventional ideas and changing the medium of games. Before he was president of Nintendo, he was a programmer and then president of HAL Laboratories. And that's a company that's responsible for Kirby's Dream Land. His philosophy was not to was to make not to make these all complex games and everything, but to make games accessible to everyone. And I was reading a quote that someone said, and I wish I could remember who said it, but basically said, um, Satoru Iwata basically made everybody gamers because he made it were games that everybody could play and families could play, and I think that is just such a wonderful legacy to have done. After 20 years of working at HAL Laboratories, he became head of the corporate planning division of Nintendo. He increased their profits by 41% in 2 years. While other gaming companies were making their games more complex, this is right here, Satoru's vision was to refocus the company's games and products to be simpler and easier to get into. He then became, and I'm leaving a lot out because stuff that he did with GameCube and his work, and that not only did his development of the games, but that he went to companies and Nintendo before never went to third parties to um, with for their games and stuff, and he actually went out and got some franchises like Resident Evil and Pac-Man to to be on their game systems exclusives. Oh, wait, it is on my list here. So he became the fourth president and chief executive officer of Nintendo, and he was the first president to be a game designer. So actually, kind of knew what the company was doing, and the first not to be related to the founder by blood or marriage. Um, and like I said, unlike previous presidents, he actively pursued third-party developers and secured critical backing from Sega, Namco, and Capcom, which had some of the exclusives were Pac-Man Versus and Resident Evil. So he was changing pretty much a lot of the philosophy of Nintendo because what he knew what it was involved, and that just made him amazing. He was the first hardware. His first hardware launch was the Nintendo DS, which became the most successful portable system. 2 years later, he launched the Wii, which helped Nintendo retake the lead in the market. And and this shows to me the integrity of this man. Even when the 3DS launch was bungled, he took the blame for the fiasco and accepted a personal pay cut of 50% as an apology to fans and investors. This pay cut, along with pay cuts from the board of directors, ensured the job security of Nintendo's employees, preventing workers from being laid off. I just think for an executive to do that is just mind blowing. I'm good. He had a and During that time, he had an idea for a series of physical toys that could connect with Nintendo's games, and that concept soon was developed into the Amiibo line of figures. We love Amiibos. We got tons of Amiibos. I just like one year we did a Christmas tree that had all the Amiibos on it. And the GameCube is by far my favorite console. It is so underrated. I get confused of whose game console belongs to whose game console. Yes, Amiibos. We did an entire Christmas tree one year of video games, and had the Wii steering wheels and some of our Wii remotes on there, and I hung up all the Amiibos. We had a Pikachu, I think was the tree topper. It was really cute. Um, and through Iwata asks, a different side of the normally secretive company was revealed. Before this, they were very secretive. And there was an openness to discuss some of the inner workings of the company with Nintendo's employees. And I get through a lot of those. There was a lot of laughter, the personality, and you could see the respect that he had for other developers and creators on this show. And then he did Nintendo Direct, was a series of online press conferences open to all that revealed upcoming Nintendo games and products, and it had videos that were often quirky and humorous, which were completely different than the tones displayed by Sony and Microsoft. Because of this, Iwata became the public face of Nintendo. And through the final months of his life, Iwata oversaw the development of the Nintendo Switch. And in 2013, Iwata helped in the development of Pokemon Go. The game was publicly revealed 2 months after his death. Satoru Iwata, 55 years old. Our next person is JoBeth Williams. She is an American actress, and she rose to prominence appearing in such films as why did um, he had cancer, and that's 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 what happened. We have JoBeth Williams, 1948. Let's see how old is. I'm going to not talk to this thing. I'm going to actually go to my calculator and figure it out because my brain is too tired to figure out ages. No, there's no way she can't be that old. 75 years old. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, oh, I'm a little sad here. I'm a little sad here. 75 years old. Whew. She's an American actress. She rose to prominence appearing in such films as Kramer versus Kramer, Stir Crazy, Poltergeist, The Big Chill, The Day After, Teachers, and Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. Those are all movies in my time era. A three-time Emmy Award nominee, she was nominated for Outstanding Lead Actress in a miniseries or movie for her work on the TV movie Adam in 1983 and in the TV series Baby M. Her third, no, excuse me, my nose is running. Her third nomination was for her guest role in the sitcom Frasier. She also starred in the TV series The Client and had recurring shows roles in the TV series Dexter and Private Practice. Happy birthday, Jo Beth Williams. 75 years old today. And we have Stunning here. Oi, oi to you. Hello, Stunning. Good morning, good morning. We have a poll over here on the YouTube side. How do you wake up in the morning? When you have to get up. If you have to get up, do you get a wake up when the alarm goes off, or do you wake up after you hit the snooze button? Mine is after you hit the snooze button multiple times. Or do you just naturally get up if you have to get up at 9 o'clock? Do you just naturally get up at 8 o'clock when you need to, or what? You have to, whatever. Does that make sense? I'm sorry. And then I'm retired. I can get up whenever I want. So those are the ones. And mine used to be whenever I want, I'll get up. But now that I do this, it's after hitting the snooze button multiple times. I actually have multiple alarms set on my phone. I have a 7:30, and then I have an 8 o'clock, and then I have an 8:30. And if I'm not up by 8:30, the show is probably not going to happen. So, yes, and then sometimes I hit snooze even on those. So, yes, I am not a morning person, and getting up early is a challenge, but it's getting better, and I'm getting able to get more stuff done. Uh, starting my day, starting my day off early. It's awesome there. Our next person's birthday today is Lewis McLeod. He was born in 1970, and he is 53 years old. He's a Scottish actor and a voice actor. He provided the voices of Principal Brown, Rocky Robinson, Mr. Small, Miss Simeon, and the Donut Sheriff in the season 1 of the Cartoon Network's The Amazing World of Gumball. He worked for a while with the Star Wars universe. He reprised his role as Sebulba in the video games Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Star Wars Super Bombad Racing, Star Wars Racing Revenge, and Lego Star Wars. The video game via uncredited archive sounds, and also played Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi in the video games Star Wars Obi-Wan, Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, and Star Wars Super Bombad Racing. And he also did the voices in various Harry Potter video games, including Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, and Order of the Phoenix. He voiced Draco Malfoy, Albus Dumbledore, Fred Weasley, and George Weasley. And he also voices Orthoron in the 2012 video game Xenoblade Chronicles. I sometimes forget that voiceover actors, that you need voiceover actors in video games. I don't know why, but whenever I hear, oh yeah, they've worked in video games, it just surprises me. I'm just like, oh, and I don't know why, because I just think of animated series. So I think that's really neat. So Lewis McLeod, 53 years old today. And our next recipient is Agnes Moorehead. Agnes Moorehead died at 73 years old. She was born in 1900 and died in April 30th, 1974. I remember she was an American actress, and her career spanned 50 years, 5 decades. She worked in radio, stage, film, and television. She was a recipient of a Primetime Emmy Award and two Golden Globe Awards, into, in addition to four Academy Award nominations. She joined Oscar. I saw it's Orson Welles, and I saw Orson Welles, but it went up into my brain, and it said Oscar Mayer, and I know that they are not the same. So she joined Orson Welles' Mercury Players as one of his principal performers in 1937. She also had notable roles in such films as Citizen Kane, Dark Passage, Showboat, and All That Heaven Allows. And I've actually watched 3 out of those 4 movies. She got 4 nominations for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performances. She also was in The Magnificent Ambersons, Mrs. Parkington, Johnny Belinda, and Hush Hush, Sweet Charlotte. She gained acclaim for her role as, and this is probably, if anybody watches old classic sitcoms, and if anybody has watched the original Bewitched, she played Endora, which was Samantha's mother. He was Darren's mother-in-law. She did not like Darren because he was not a witch. He was not a warlock. Not good at all. And always was messing with him. And she played that from 1964 to 72. She earned 6 nominations for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series during that. And also, she was in the Western series The Wild Wild West, and she won a Primetime Emmy Award for that also. Orson's TV spots were best ever, drunk like a punk. I like Orson Welles. I think you either like Orson Welles or you don't like Orson Welles. But I liked them. I liked them. I can't wait. Hopefully, his birthday. I'll catch it when it's his birthday. So you only used the GameCube a few times. We didn't have the GameCube. We had Nintendo 64, which was after the GameCube, and I believe. So Agnes Moorehead, happy birthday today. I'm doing some math there really quick. Our next person, I don't know if anybody, when I say what he did, I don't know if anybody outside of the United States will know. I'll have to explain what it is. Rosebud. Citizen Kane is still one of the best movies ever made and lost nothing of its influence. Yes, I agree totally on that. Our next person is Craig Newmark. And like I said, most people will not know is that it will know if you're not an American. He is an American internet entrepreneur and philanthropist, best known as the founder of the classified website Craigslist. Craigslist is where it's a site you sign on, and let's say I had a bunch of books I didn't want anymore. You go on there and you say, hey, I have a bunch of books. If anybody wants them, you contact me. You don't sell anything. Everything is you're giving it away. You don't charge money on Craigslist. It's just to give away. You donate. And so someone, say, hey, this, hey, that. Wait, maybe you do pay. You can. No, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of another one. Yes, you can sell stuff on Craigslist. And But you can say, hey, I have this if anybody wants it. And people can, you know, say, hey, I got some American Girl dolls through Craigslist. You can sell stuff on there. He's the one that did that. And prior to founding Craigslist, he worked as a computer programmer for IBM, Bank of America, and Charles Schwab. And he was chief executive officer from its founding until 2000, and then he founded Craig Newmark Philanthropies in 2015. So, an entrepreneur who created Craigslist. And Dabba says, good news about the Switch. Just let us know when you're ready. Yes, was excited to hear that you got a Switch. I have a Switch, but I don't play it. We all have Switches. So let's look and see how our poll is going. We have 5 people watching on YouTube. We have, let me do this. Yes, I'm actually. We have 7 people on Twitch. Thank you guys very much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And in our poll, we have 7 votes. How do you wake up in the morning? When the alarm goes off, after hitting the snooze button, natural body clock, and whenever I want. Natural body clock is in the lead, and when the alarm goes off and hitting the snooze button are tied for second. If you're on Twitch and do not have access to the poll, just leave your response in the comments and I will add it to the list. Our last person is, oh no, it's not our last person. We have one more after that. This is Judd Apatow. He was born in 1967 and he's 56 years old. He's an American director, producer, and screenwriter. He's best known for his works in comedy films. Oh, wait, I got to stop. Thank you, Liam. Thank you so much. I'm working on my viewing hours now. So I'm only doing Twitch for my morning show. I mean, I'm pushing it. So I'm telling everybody, go over to Twitch and watch. Go over to Twitch and watch to help get my viewing hours up. So once I get that, I will be able to be monetized. But thank you very, very much. 103 subs on YouTube, 60 on Twitch. When I started the stream, I haven't checked yet. But thank you so much for that. Thank you. So Judge Apatow, he is best known for his work in comedies. He is founder of Apatow Productions, through which he produced and directed the films The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, Funny People, This is 40, Trainwreck, The King of Staten Island, The Bubble. And through Apatow Productions, he produced and developed the television series Freaks and Geeks, Undeclared, Funny or Die Presents, Girls, Love, and Crashing. There were some other films that he produced, which, wow, I've watched a lot of these. But The Cable Guy, I must like raunchy comedies. The Cable Guy, these aren't raunchy comedies, though. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Bundy, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, Superbad, Pineapple Express, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get Him to the Greek, Bridesmaids, Begin Again, Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues, and The Big Sick. Throughout his career, Apatow has received nominations for 11 Primetime Awards, and he won 2, 5 Writer Guilds of American Awards, he won 1, and 2 Producers Guilds of America Awards, 1 Golden Globe Award, and 1 Grammy Award. Wow. Oh, he looks like David Filoni, gives me chills. Oh, he's not wearing a cowboy hat though. Wow, I feel old. I still use 360 as my non-PC for games. Yes, I tell you, gaming systems can make you feel old. Yeah, I have the PS21. Uh, oh well, I'm only on PS3. Yes. And our last person is Colin Salmon, born in 1961. He is 62 years old. He is an English actor. He is known for playing Charles Robinson in three of the James Bond films and James One Shade in Resident Evil film series. And I did get me a Doctor Who someone that was in Doctor Pooh, Freudian slip. Doctor Who. He played Dr. Moon in two episodes, Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead, of the fourth series of the long-running science fiction televised series Doctor Who. I'm always amazed at who I can at who I find that's related in Doctor Who. Yesterday it was Catherine Tate, and today it's Colin Salmon. I just think that's so ironic. And he has also played on the television shows Merlin, Arrow, and The Musketeers. He played General Zod on the sci-fi series Krypton and provided his voice and likeness as Agent Carson in the PlayStation VR video game Blood and Truth. In 2023, he joined the BBC soap opera EastEnders as George Knight. So happy birthday, Colin Salmon. And that's all of our birthdays for today. So let's see who we have here. I think we've gotten everything good here. It is 9:42 in my neck of the woods, which is the east coast of the United States. We've been on air for 42 minutes now. I'm going to mute my mic for a second so I can blow my nose. Thank you very much for that. And let's see. I once again want to thank everybody for the 103 subs that I have on YouTube and for the 60 follows that I have on Twitch. I appreciate that so, so much. And I thank you, everyone that's over here on my Twitch side, helping me get my viewing numbers up. Um, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is Wednesday. It is hump day for those that work Monday through Friday. If you don't work Monday through Friday and it's not your hump day and it's your Monday, I'm sorry. If it's your Friday, yay! So it's so many people who don't work traditional hours anymore. Um, and it's very it's kind of hard. Some of these memes you're like, well, kind of maybe it might apply to you. And we have the Mandalorian here. Good morning to you. So glad you could uh, be here today. We are getting ready to do our memes and our funny Rolos. Okay, happy birthday, Colin. But please don't come back to the doctors. Thank you. I wish you'd let us know how you really felt, Rolos, about Doctor Who. Oh goodness. Um, so I'm sorry that just kind of made me chuckle. I am just kind of my brain is weird today, so I might just laugh arbitrarily. I'll try to control myself. But yeah, so we had Dadman's 500 sub stream last night celebration, and it was really fun. But I didn't get to bed till after 2 o'clock this morning, and I actually changed my alarm clock and said I am waking up at 8 o'clock to give myself a little extra sleep. But I woke up earlier anyway, so I'm a little giddy today. But I'm so proud of what Dad Man's done, and it was fun. It was fun. So it is now 9:45 in my neck of the woods, and 45 minutes into the show. So we are going to start our memes. And our memes are today are this cute little puppy. Did you say it's only Wednesday? Can I have more coffee, please? Oh, so cute. And good morning, Atwood. So good to see you here this morning. I have a poll over on YouTube. Um, if you could vote in it. We have 7 votes. Oh, and now when the alarm goes off and natural body clock are tied for first place, and then after hitting the snooze button is in second place. And if you can go over to the Twitch side and help me get my numbers up there, that would be greatly appreciated if you have a Twitch account. Yes, that face is so adorable. That face could take and rip up a cushion and have fuzz all over the house and just look at me like that, and I'd forgive it. It's okay. Oh, thought it was Friday, but it's only Wednesday. Sad little kitty. Sad little kitty. Ooh, excuse me. I need to get my coffee this morning. I feel like that every morning after I've done a late stream with Dad Man. Because usually my late streams are with when he's doing something. Oh, and it's Wednesday, and I still can't find the motivation. Yep, I don't know if it was a meme. Um, and hello, Carolyn Pendleton. Hello, hello. How are you today? You got your coffee and you're saying hello, hello. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. I saw a meme and it was like well, it was for Tuesday, but I loved it. It says Monday. Monday doesn't count. Tuesday is really Monday because I still am suffering because I can't remember it. I wish I could. Never mind. Just ignore me. Just ignore. I told you my brain is going to be weird today. So it's Wednesday and I still can't find the motivation. Okay, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite meme today. Wednesday. It's like the middle finger of the week. I feel that way. I think Wednesday is just saying, screw you all. I'm Wednesday. Deal with it. I'm neither the beginning of the week nor am I the end of the week. I'm just right here in the middle, and you've got to deal with me. So deal with me, dang it. I really think that that's how Wednesday feels. If Wednesday had a personality, I think it'd have a really really bad attitude. And from B from O, hello, hello to you. And yes, I love Bugs Bunny too. Good old classic. Good old classic Bugs Bunny. But yeah, if Wednesday had a personality, I just think it'd be a rotten one. I'd just be, yeah, deal with me. Deal with me. I'm right in the middle of the week. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to be here. You're in limbo because you can't say you missed the weekend, but it's too not close enough to be the weekend. So you just have to deal with me, okay, buddy? To me, that's what Wednesday would say if it could really talk. And that's my impersonation of Wednesday. Why is it just Wednesday? Oh, look at that cute. I want to just take that lip and just, oh, so cute. Oh, so cute. And I love the hair. Oh my gosh. That's a cute picture. That's a cute picture. If Wednesday would be a person, I would be its big bad brother. Well, I think Wednesday would be pretty tough. I think Wednesday would just be like, I can't I can't cop off major the attitude because it's a morning show and I don't use that language before noon. No, I mean I just would be deal with me. Just deal with me. What, I'm gonna make you look like that? Fine. It's just Wednesday. I got an epic kill on Fortnite last night. We'll be posting a clip later. Awesome. As someone was running for a rift, I knocked them and they fell into it. Then they fell from the sky and died from fall damage. Oh my gosh. Um, I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. When you post it, I'll, I'll remind if you post it today, remind me and I will post a link up. I'll do a thing where people can check it out. And yes, Wednesday Adams' name is appropriate because she's got that Wednesday attitude. Um, I agree with you totally on that one. And that's not a haircut, that's an exploded toilet disaster. Oh, that's bedhead. That's I just woke up. I just woke up and I can't deal with it. Ugh. So I have a poll on YouTube. It has 8 votes so far. How do you wake up in the morning? When the alarm goes off, which has 50%, after hitting the snooze button, which has 12%, and your natural body clock, which means if you have to get up at 9, your body naturally wakes up at 8 o'clock, which has 38%, and whenever I want, which has 0. I wish I could say do whenever I want, but I can't anymore. So darn it. Oh, darn. We have 6 people on Twitch. Thank you very, very much for that. And we have 7 people watching on YouTube. Appreciate that. Wow, 13. Wow, I'm just doing the math in my head. 13 people. Wow. Wow. Okay, Mandalorian. I don't know if you can DM me, just DM me or Dadman to let us know, and then I'll get the link for it. Cause yeah, I want to see that. That sounds really really cool. And I believe is that our last one? I can never keep track of how many I've done. Yeah, that's our last meme with that sad little face. When the alarm gets loud or annoying enough for my brain to recognize it. Since I do this stream every morning, I just automatically set my alarms. I have a 7:30, I have an 8 o'clock, I have an 8:30, and I have a 8:55 and an 8:59. And some of those are to remind me that whoa, start paying attention. You're going to have to start the show, or nobody's going to see anything. Alarms, but the 7:30 and the 8 are really my wake up alarms, and then I even hit snooze in between them. So, which would be stupid because at the 7:30 I should just hit stop and then wait for the 8 o'clock one to come up. Or better yet, I should just have the 8 o'clock one and then it wouldn't wake me up at 7:30. But oh, oh well, my brain, whatever. And thank you for lurking so much. I do appreciate it, B from O. Um, you always have like 5 alarms set to. Yeah, I do because I know that if if I go to hit the snooze button and if I hit the stop button and then I'm in trouble because I'll just wake up an hour, 2 hours later if it's really late. But yes, alarms are really good to have. So it is now 9. Whoops, wait, something's covering my alarm clock down. It is 9:55, 55 minutes past the hour, and on the east coast of the United States, the sun is starting to pour in my windows, and I feel like a vampire and I want to go, no, no, stop. But it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day where I'm at. So that's very nice, very nice. And let's see what's going on. Last night was Dadman's 500th celebration. It was so much fun. Didn't get done till 2 o'clock in the morning. Crazy, crazy. But it was a blast. It was such a blast to do. Oh, get your mugs done. I could do. Oh, I could do seasonal mugs. Oh, that would be fun. I have to think. I have to figure out how to do that. That could be fun. Could do a Christmas mug and a New Year's mug. Okay, that would be okay. Now, great. Now there's something more on my list that I have to do. Think about is mugs. I need to put it on a piece of paper because I will forget. Because where are my note paper? I had a whole bunch of note papers and now I can't find one. Oh well. I'll go. I'll remember. I'll remember because I think that would be really neat to do. Absolutely. 9:56 in my neck of the woods, the east coast of the United States, and it is now time for our celebrations. And so, what to celebrate? I need to. You know what I need to do here is when this comes up, I need to do a sound effect like party horns and you know party sounds. I think that would be really cool there. I just think that would be fun. Okay, so I don't. It's a lovely day to walk down the road, even and I ever stop thinking I will explode. Hey, Stephen, what you done? Explodes. Okay, what show is that from? I'm sure, but I'm sure it's a show I probably have seen, but don't remember. Don't remember. And yes, party time, party time. Exactly. Noisemakers. That's the word I was thinking of. Noisemakers. I'm sitting here doing the emotion like what it, but I couldn't think of the word. So yes, a what an a what I don't know ASDF movie. I don't know what that is. Sorry, Atwood. You must explain to me further what that means. Oh, okay. I will. I will. My youngest is working on doing some merchandise, and I don't know what they go through, but I have a mug, the promo mug that they did, and it looks really nice. It looks really nice. So, yes, I could drive Dad Man crazy and say, I just need to get a sublimation printer and a sublimation cup press, and I can make my own. And I hear Dad Man screaming all the way from his work, no! Oh, goodness gracious, goodness gracious. So, December 6th, what are we going to celebrate today? It is National Pawnbrokers Day. And this day pays tribute to a profession that provides a valuable service to their clientele. Those who are in need of cash funds and are also those looking for a reasonably good deal seek the services of a pawnbroker. The word pawn is derived from the Latin word pignus, meaning pledge. The history of pawnbroking begins thousands of years ago in the West in ancient Greek and Roman empires, and in the East over 3,000 years ago in China. The pawnbroker offers a loan of cash in exchange for property or goods as security. When the loan plus interest is repaid, the pawnbroker returns the property. However, if the client does not repay the loan, they forfeit the property and the pawn owner may sell it to recover the loan. Five years ago, the National Pawnbrokers Association began a wonderful program on National Pawnbrokers Day called Musical Instrument Gift Day. Pawnbrokers across the country make generous donations of musical instruments to organizations in need. On this day, they work with the Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation and um, collect instruments for various organizations. And how can you observe this day? Well, you can learn about the history of pawnbrokers. You can shop at a pawnbroker's business and see what they have. It's really kind of neat to go in there. And you can consider a donation to Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation to support instruments on behalf of the National Pawnbrokers Association. Yeah, pawn stores, they're pawnbrokers, absolutely. The Mrs. Mug Mafia. Oh, MMM. Ha ha ha. Accountants expect no mercy. No mercy will you be given. Oh, there you go. Go ahead and pawn Dadman's Gator collection. He doesn't have a lot of Gator football collection, but he does have a nice Star Wars collection. I would never do that. Never, ever do that. I would be a very bad person if I did that. I could not do that. No matter how mad I get, I could never pawn his Star Wars stuff. Our next day is National Miners Day. It honors the contribution of miners across the country. Additionally, the day reflects on their sacrifices and offers a time to show appreciation to the mining country's hardworking individuals. As we honor their accomplishments and remember the tragedies that these hardworking individuals experience, the country must keep in mind that mining is one of America's most dangerous jobs. Miners put their lives at risk every day. They contend with health and safety issues as well as an future. Um, uncertain future. The Coal Mine Health and Safety Act of 1969, as well as the Federal Mine Safety and Health Act of 1977, were created to oversee the safety and health of all miners. We use products every day made from raw materials excavated from mines. These materials are a result of the work of the miners. These men and women play a much more critical role in our lives than most people realize. That's true. And this one is specifically for the United States, but I think we should even extend National Miners Day a little more to um, acknowledge uh, the other countries that have mining and to advocate for safety because they don't have the safety and stuff that we have here, but to advocate for safe working environments for those that are in the mines and to stop child labor in the mines. We could lurk. We could. I was sorry. I was. We could work together. I was looking at the chat and Dadman put I'm lurking and so, but we could work to make every miner have a safe working environment. So National Miners Day. Oh, I have very good news for you, Dadman. Finally was able to get rid of all that plastic trash you had in your room. You can believe it. They even gave me a sublimation printer, a sublimation printer for it. What a great day, isn't it? Go listen to "Dark as a Dungeon" by Tennessee Ernie Ford to celebrate miners. We don't realize how much we don't realize how much mining contributes to our life. And I'm not just talking about fossil fuels or coal mining. I mean, for our cell phones to work, they mine something that they have to put in the phones to make it work. And if and just if you wear jewelry, um, they have to mine the gems and the gold, and so just I know there's so much more that I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty big, and I don't know why I put yes up there. Yes, um, and UTEP miners, very very good. Before we go to our next one, we have 8 people watching on YouTube, 10 likes. We have 9 votes, and still tied is when the alarm goes off and natural body clock in first place at 44% each, and then for 11% is after hitting the snooze button. So we have 4 votes for the alarm goes off and natural body clock, and 1 for after hitting the snooze button. Aren't you doubting me? Aren't you proud of me, Dad? Man, I actually did math in my head, and we have 6 people watching on Twitch. Thank you very much. Darth Pawn is coming for your collection. Ha ha ha. Never. If I will never let that happen. Our next day is National Gazpacho Day. Gazpacho is a flavorful surf. Oh my gosh. Gazpacho is a flavorful soup that cooks serve cold. It's typically tomato based vegetable soup, and it originated in the southern Spanish region of Andalusia. Gazpacho is widely consumed in Spanish cuisine, usually during the summer months. The original Spanish recipe includes stale bread, water, vinegar, oil, and salt. Other ingredients include olive oil, wine, vinegar, water, and more salt. Gazpacho offers cooks many modern variations. Abundant fruits, vegetables, and herbs make a delicious gazpacho too. I just like saying that word, gazpacho. I don't do cold soup. I love cold. I will eat anything cold, I think. Almost anything. So I think I would love this. Considering using ingredients such as avocados, cucumbers, parsley, watermelon, or grapes. However, recipes offer meat stock and seafood varieties for gazpacho also. Don't hesitate to try something new. If the grocery store offers something fresh on special, look for a recipe that will get you experimenting. You won't regret trying some fresh, especially in fall or winter. Your palate will thank you for the fresh spices, herbs, and vegetables. Even though we serve gazpacho cold, some recipes call for a cooked broth. When the gazpacho is too warm, sometimes ice cubes are added. To observe tr- to observe this day, try this refreshing soup to change up your menu. And share your favorite recipes or find a variety of options online. National Gazpacho Day. It's good warm up. It needs to be a little over room temperature for me. And Rolos has a recipe based on winter veggies, and it's very delicious. I bet. I bet. My oldest, for a class, it was a Spanish class, had to make something and got was had a old vintage Spanish cookbook, and it had a gazpacho recipe in it. And oh my gosh, it was really, really good. Really good. Now, I would probably take, if I had the soup, instead of eating it straight out of the refrigerator, I probably would let it set a little bit to, not to get to room temperature, but to not be so cold. Um, but mm, gazpacho, I just love. I feel, I don't know, gazpacho. I really like it. I'll just keep saying that word over and over again all day today, probably. And then our next day is St. Nicholas Day, which is the day after Krampus night. And if you were here yesterday, or most people probably know who Krampus is. Um, but St. Nicholas Day recognizes the opposite of what Krampus is. Um, and that he's St. Nicholas is a 3rd century saint who became an inspiration for the modern day Santa Claus. St. Nicholas is known for selling all his possessions and giving his money to the poor. He was raised a devout Christian, and St. Nicholas dedicated his whole life to serving the sick and suffering. Legendary stories about St. Nicholas dedicating sorry, my eyes went up a line. Legendary stories about St. Nicholas later becoming part of the inspiration. Wait a minute. Let me look at this a second. I typed this at 2 o'clock this morning. Let's see what I did wrong here. Raised a devout Catholic, Saint Nicholas dedicated his whole life to serving the sick and suffering. Legendary stories about Saint Nicholas later became part of the inspiration for the modern day Santa Claus. For example, during the 3rd century, a daughter's chances of marriage increased when her father offered a large dowry to prospective husbands. One story tells a poor father with 3 daughters. He had no dowry to offer. Traditionally, families left their shoes by the fire at night so that they could dry. On 3 separate occasions, old St. Nicholas provided a dowry for each girl. Legend says he made gold appear in their shoes, drying by the fire. While St. Nicholas Day is not to be confused with Christmas, some similarities do exist. Traditions include leaving gifts in shoes or stockings, or the exchange of small gifts. Another tradition suggests leaving treats for good boys and girls. However, the naughty ones receive a twig or a chunk of coal. Yes, the story is yes. Well, he starts here. Saint Nicholas, so important to us in Germany. The story is a lot more complex than, a lot more involved than what I said. I would have, a couple pages if I wrote it in detail. He was a historical figure. He actually exists, and he fought the church to get food for the poor. He ended up stealing the food and putting it in front of people's doors, not to get trapped. Yes, he is more than, you know. I I wish that they would call Santa Claus Santa Claus and Saint Nicholas Saint Nicholas. Differentiate the two because they do get mushed up together, and people forget that he is a real person. Saint Nicholas actually lived, um, but he came to be a modern hero and a myth, and he later even became a real bishop. Hmm. So absolutely. Well, I guess it gave them opportunity to clean their shoes because you wouldn't want any. I don't know. I wouldn't want. I don't mind. Gold can go in dirty shoes, but if they were giving candy or something, I would definitely want to make sure they were clean. So yeah, Saint Nicholas, a real living person who did wonderful things to help the poor and needy of his time against the wishes of the church, which I think is sad. That shouldn't be, but unfortunately, sometimes what we think it should be a good institution becomes bad or corrupt. I don't think bad becomes corrupt by the people that are in there. I think it could change if the people change. And our last day, oh, they give candy, fruit, and nuts. And if your shoes are not clean, you will get punished the next day. Oh, very interesting. Interesting. I will hide all my shoes so I don't get punished. Our next day is Mitten Tree Day, and it celebrates the gift of warmth. This is something that, being a Floridian, I don't necessarily get. We don't have to deal with this really here. It doesn't get that cold. But if you live in a cold area, this is understood. They say it's a day to collect mittens and you hang them on a Christmas tree and then you hand them out to those in need. Though, and it says, those who live in cold climates understand the necessity for mittens. This winter clothing item is essential for keeping the hands warm while outside. Unfortunately, however, there are many children around the world who are without adequate winter clothing, which includes mittens. Mittens have been around for hundreds of years. Those in cold climates made mittens from fur, animal skins, and whatever other materials could be found to keep their hands warm. Many believe the oldest mittens come from Latvia and are over 1,000 years old. Latvians didn't just use mittens to keep their hands warm, however. When Latvian women married, they were given a hope chest with several pairs of knitted mittens. The unique pattern on the mittens had specific meanings. Some patterns signified a blessing for their home, while other patterns were used to bless members of their families. One of the earliest mittens known in the United States dates back to 1803. The mitten contained a poem knitted into the wool. During the Civil War, Abby Condon produced hand knitted mittens for soldiers, and she recruited women from all over New England to help her. And about 1,500 workers produced about 15,000 mittens in just 1 year. Wow. I got to see how much that is per person. I'm going to do my math. Let's see here. 15,000 divided by 1,500. They each did 10 mittens. Wow. Seems like they'd have to do more than that, but probably not. And then just so, as you can see, all throughout history, mittens have been given away as gifts and for those in need. This special day helps to keep that tradition alive. And how can you observe? Each year on this day, schools, churches, and charitable organizations set up a Christmas tree and ask people to donate mittens. The mittens are hung on the tree and then distributed to those in need. Oh, yeah. Well, no, Krampus. Krampus deals with them the day before. This is someone else. We don't have to worry about mittens, not because of that, but because it's not cold enough to worry about mittens. And we also don't always put up a tree. I will admit that we do not. We do not always decorate for the holidays, but we have the holiday spirit in our hearts, which is what really matters, does it not? Does it not? It is 9. It is, sorry, 10:20 in my neck of the woods, the East Coast of the United States. We have been on air for an hour and 20 minutes. We still have 15 viewers. Thank you guys very much. We have 8 people watching on YouTube, and we still have 6 people watching on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. I am going to, um, I am starting to fade out. Um, I'm trying to read, and my eyes are getting blurry. I'm um, um, so I am going to go ahead and start the closing of the show, um, because I'm starting to get tired, uh, and and at that point I will not be responsible for what I say. So I am now going to start my shameless, uh, shameless. Oh, wait a second. Welcome to the Christmas Fight Club. If it's your first night, you have to decorate. It's so much work to decorate, and nobody sees it but us. If I was on camera streaming, I'd put a tree right here beside me, so yeah, I'd have a tree. But I'm not. You don't see me, so you don't. I'll just tell you I decorated. I'll just lie and say yes, the house is decorated. I would not do that. I would not lie to you guys. I don't decorate, very seldom. And see, I can't say the hard thing, but when I decorate, I don't. My tree is different every year. I don't have the same ornaments. I don't have the same theme. One year, like I said, we did video games. One year we did teddy bears. One year we did. I folded 1,000 origami cranes, and they were on our tree one year. One year I bought a bunch of pipe cleaners, very neon colored pipe cleaners, and the kids were little, and I had them make whatever they wanted, and those went on the tree. Um, so, like I say, every year is different. One year I crocheted these little Santa faces for another event, and I had a bunch left over. So we did a Santa tree one year, and one year I made these little ornaments out of paper. One year I did, I can't remember, but they're all different each year. So, what? I am not a liar. I am not a liar. No, no, you better be Jessica joking. Um, just kidding. Now I might forget something, but I don't purposely lie. I do not purposely lie. So on that note, it's 10:23. I am now going to start my shameless promotion part of the stream. And first off, we are going to promote the show that you're watching right now, Morning Musings with Mrs.DadmanWalking55. It's daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And as you see, we just kind of have fun. We talk about birthday celebrations. We have memes, funny jokes, whatever. You talk with the chat. Just have a good time here at 9 a.m. every morning. Your daily dose of positivity. So I'm glad you guys are here today, and thank you so much for that. And also, we have blocking out the boredom. I'm bored, so let's build something. It is my impromptu build streams. Like I said, they're impromptu, so I don't know when they're going to be. Um, you can go to X or Twitter, MDadmanWalking, and I will post when I'm going to air one. Usually an hour, at least an hour before. Sometimes it's 30 minutes, depending on when I can get everything set up. So keep follow me on Twitter so that you can get these, not only these um, tweets or X or Zeets or whatever they call them, but also I try to post reminders about my shows that I have scheduled. And Corey, you have a good day. You have a good day also. I'm so glad that you you come to the show. I really appreciate that. You will never know. Also, I would like to try to make this channel self-sufficient, where I do not have to take money out of our budget. You can support me on Ko-fi through a one-time or a monthly donation, and that's Ko-fi.com, Mrs.DadmanWalking55. I also have a wish list. It's a privacy first wish list, which means that your information is kept private. My information is kept private. I have both sent and received gifts on this, and it's extremely, extremely easy. If you want to gift somebody something and they have a throne, a creator, go over there and check it out. Also, I have a lot of uh, building sets in here, um, building block sets. And if you do get me a building block set, I will get with you to um, schedule a time to build it where we can build it together. And thank you, Stunning. I'll see you later too. Bye. And some gifts that I have gotten is the Starry Nights by Van Gogh that from Squeaka. We are setting up a time for that, and also with from Daisy Blossom and Liam Greywolf, we got the Big Ben and Stonehenge. I'm so looking forward to doing them, working together to figure out a time when those can be done. I have live streams and VODs. I try to post all my videos later. I have them in playlists and everything, so try to keep it organized. At youtube.com at Mrs.DadmanWalking55, twitch.tv at Mrs. Dad, not at twitch.tv Mrs. Dadman Walking. My streaming schedule you can find on X or Twitter at MDadmanWalking50. No, just MDadmanWalking. On that note, I want to say once again, thank you all so, so much for the support that you have given, not only just by subbing and following, but by coming over into the chats. This show would be nothing without chats. I'd just be rambling on to myself, which I'm good at doing, but this is so much more fun being able to talk to you guys. So I do appreciate that so, so much. And thank you again. I am humbled and and in awe of the support that I have gotten. So thank you all very, very much for that. And so on that note, at 10:27 Eastern time, I am going to say, see you next time. And remember to be kind and to show love, and that you're not promised tomorrow. So go to bed each night with no regrets. And I wish you all peace. Bye. See you next time. Hey, if anybody's there, I'm going to tell you the poll real quick. Thank you, Dad, man. I'm going to end the poll. And the winner is when the alarm goes off at 40% and natural body clock 40%. They both tied for the winner. And second place is after hitting the snooze button at 20%. So sorry about that. Once again, bye, everybody, and have a great day. I am now going to end the stream.